Hey, there you are.
Hey.
That was
Yeah,
weird.
I was hmm?
That was so weird. I couldn't hear you for a second and then I could.
It's because I was on the phone. Camden called me. I sent them to the store to
Did
get
they
me
get what they
some
needed?
drink. Well, they didn't have what I wanted, so she was asking me what I wanted. So,
53
thank
people
you so
already.
much. Uh-huh. Snorkel Kitty, thank you. We appreciate your support. Anyway, I had
Well,
5 people come on all by myself. I was so proud.
yay. We're
Look,
notifying
I have
viewers that
sick
you're
face so
live.
bad.
You
I
do.
need a
It looks kind
filter.
of bad. Listen, y'all, we both
I
in our
know.
feelings, so we decided we would get on live.
And have therapies. Therapies on live
Hang on, I'm
on
trying to
live
get my.
tonight.
Oops, sorry. There we go. And my husband's hanging out too, eating his naan. Hello, friends.
Oh, is he there? Hey,
Yeah, he's
Papa.
there. See? Angie, this sounds so
He's
weird.
gonna hear. He's gonna hear me talk stupid.
You hear she talks stupid anyway. What are you talking about? I'm trying to get my.
Oh, look, there's my child. Hey,
Hey,
I love
child.
Mexicans.
Oh,
That's
I've made a
Carlin
lot of
on
new friends
mine.
in the last few days too. Hello, friends. That's that sweet husband. Jan and I were having a conversation one day where she said, I don't know, Jan, how many years has it been? 38 years, and you weren't going to trade yours in? I said, well, it's been what, 20, 24, 23? I can never remember, y'all. How many years have we been married? 20, 23? Anyway, I'm not going to trade that one in either. It puts up with me.
Yeah, it's been too long to be trading anybody in.
It's been way too
I
long.
think it's trade value is not what it used to be.
Trade value's not what it used to be. That's what he said. Y'all know he's a comedian. I'm trying to get my my um my tripod set up. Oh, we already got good
Are you in
questions.
my room?
Who, me?
Are you in my room? Yeah,
I'm in your bedroom. But I've got the
yeah.
bed moved, so I've got to put the bed back. He's often on the roof, but he's mine. Thank you. Okay, Annie. Yay. I saw a good question. Are most of our patients unvaxxed? I say yes. They tell me,
Yes.
most of them, if I talk to them, they tell me that they're not vaxxed. So
Yep.
it's kind of sad. We still
It
give
is
them good
sad.
care. We love on them, but
Well, a lot
it
of
is
times
sad.
they're not vaxxed. I mean, we get the few radical patients that are,
Dropping everybody
you
again.
dropped us. That's my thing. That's my thing. Uh-oh.
There we go. Okay.
I would, Carlin, but I'm not there, so I don't know.
Have you got your prop?
She's trying to be cute. Listen,
I
she
know.
said, "Can
I
you give
took
me
the
a
case
rundown of the
off.
current COVID?" Oh,
What? What?
I said, Carlin just put a message on here that says, "Can you give me a rundown of the current COVID status at the hospital?" She's trying to
Hey,
be all
Carlin.
in my business.
She's trying to be all in your business. That's okay.
She is in my business. Yeah.
My
I
daughter
don't know
and
because
her
I'm not
husband have
there.
COVID and they have a newborn 2 months old. Oh, what can they do? Angie, so this question is my daughter and her husband have COVID and they have a newborn 2 month old. What can they do? That's really scary. I don't like that. Um,
Are either of them vaxxed?
I'm good. Um, it would be helpful if they have been vaccinated, but if they haven't, it's kind of late. I don't know. I think I'm in a lag
Well, it
again.
it is amazing it is amazing the amount of antibody coverage that newborns have from their mothers.
That's
So,
true.
I
Very
mean,
true.
I feel like that there would be some coverage through that, but
Yeah.
not without
Get the
knowing
damn
whether or not she
shot.
was
I love that.
vaccinated.
When I first saw that, I cracked up.
That's
I snort laughed. I think, yes, I think mother's natural immunity If they could wear masks around the baby, I probably would. Yes, a 2-month-old can definitely get COVID.
Absolutely. But it's unrealistic to think that the mom's gonna, that either of them are gonna be able to keep a mask on all the time.
I know,
What does a
right?
pediatrician say? I would go there and see what they say about it,
Definitely.
what their concerns are. Yeah.
Are you seeing
But
boosted in the hospital? I am terrified. This is no redemption. No, I'm not really seeing boosted unless they are. Angie, maybe have we had a couple of boosted folks that were like, they're not building good immune response because they're like autoimmune disease or something? I feel like maybe we've had a
I
couple
haven't
come
seen.
through that were like a type 1
Now
diabetic autoimmune problem.
I had the one patient that had really severe asthma, and
Right,
she was
something like
vaccine
that.
boosted. Yeah, she
And did
was,
she do
and
okay?
diabetic, but she was only there for a few days. Got some steroids and a little bit of oxygen, and then she went home. So she
Yes.
did
I have
she did well.
a good friend who is boosted and has type 1 diabetes, and she had to go in for just an overnight because the COVID was actually messing with her sugar. But she's fine. She stayed overnight one night and then went home. And she works in the field. She's a nurse, so she doesn't work with us, but she's doing okay. Hey, there's Fry Girl. Good. Some of my moderators are showing up. I was a little worried about that. I talked to Jan before, but then my internet was all messed up, so I couldn't get a hold of y'all to say, "Can you moderate for me?"
Yeah. Hey, Rose, are you still a
Edie
moderator
are in
for
here. We had
me?
a 3-week-old COVID positive, and mom was nervous. That's probably good. Who? Who are you talking about? Willis, what you talking about?
The vexing Rose she usually moderates for me. Boosted a month ago and
Oh,
tested positive
I
5
don't think
days
I've seen her
ago.
come through yet.
She's on mine. She's been on mine.
Okay. Okay, good.
So
Oh, yeah, you
sunny
can
and
only be
clear.
on
We're
one or
doing
the
all right,
other.
except
Oh,
oh
yeah,
yeah, it
Jen, my
says it.
internet's
She's on there.
acting up a little bit.
For those of you who
Go
didn't already
Dodgers!
hear, I have what happened?
Oh,
I have the
No
COVID.
Redemption says go Dodgers. She's got some other stuff on there, but go Dodgers. Sorry, it's that lag.
Oh, that's okay. Anyway, I have the COVID. I have 3 of my 5 that have tested positive for COVID, 2 of which tested yesterday. And then I woke up. Hey, Tony. I woke up and had a sore throat, headache, stuffy head. So I imagine it's going to be the COVID. So I haven't been swabbed yet, but there's really no other possibility at this point because we're all sick. So anyway, I'm not that worried. I just
Yeah.
hate that I'm missing work. I hate missing work.
We were talking about, I've seen a lot of comments come through, and I don't think I've made a video about it, but hey, Leah, the
And another one bites
even
the dust, Sunny
boosted,
and Clear. You're right.
yeah. Even if you're boosted, everybody's getting Omicron, which is very frustrating. I think about the only thing
Yeah.
that will help is wearing a mask right now. We're just not as sick as long. No,
I
adjustment
hope
for the under
not.
5 vaccine for your 3-year-old. Totally get it. I need to go get the
I sure wish
cheerings
I could go to
boosted.
work. I wonder how long I'll have to wait for mine since they've been sick. It was 90 days.
I don't
I don't know
know.
if they're still doing that now.
Oh,
So,
what do you think? You have any thoughts on that?
For what?
For getting your booster after you've been
I'll
sick.
ask
Do you
Becky.
Well,
remember? Oh, listen, I've got another resource right here, y'all.
if it's like the regular COVID shots, as soon as your symptoms are improved, you can get the vaccine.
Did y'all hear that? He talks kind of quiet. You can get the
Thank you,
shot as
sir,
soon as your symptoms clear
for
up.
your advice.
Yeah. Like which you really got no business going out in public if you've got symptoms anyway.
But sometimes people have to go out in public.
Yeah, but to go to
I'm
it
not
at the
been going.
time they
I've
made
not been
that
going in
statement,
public.
you could only get through big you could only get it through big vaccine clinics at that point.
Oh, yeah.
It
True.
wasn't available at Walmart, CVS,
Right.
all those places.
Now it's everywhere.
I got you.
As soon as you feel better, you can boost. Yep. 3-seaters. Do you think it's worth getting the kids boosted if they're getting it anyway? That's Amy Bell. Yeah, I think so. I think it is worth it.
Yes.
You don't have to wait the 90 days anymore, Miss Stanyan. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of the waiting recently has been if you had monoclonal antibody infusions, you had to wait.
Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that, Angie?
I did.
Testing.
I heard you. I did.
This boy used to work in employee health. Now he's back on the floor doing a contract. Thanks for all the likes,
my
people.
very dear
Thank
friend,
you. Okay, good.
My other work partner
friends.
before there was an Amber who left me to go work at employee health at another hospital. I talked to her today, and it is crazy there.
Okay.
It has been really bad. So.
Oh, yeah, it's nuts.
Like, just in general,
I have this from
the other bestie is.
I want to say the number of employees that they have out on COVID furlough is
a lot.
Super high.
It's super high.
I'm that number
Leah,
of
just heard hospitalizations are going down in the north. Yeah. You're
a solution, not the problem.
Right.
Well,
that's good about the
anywhere.
Northeast.
I'm staying at home.
That's true.
I have a question saying reporting near 50-50 vax and unvaxxed in the hospital. Why? And I'm going to say from my personal experience, that is incorrect information. We don't have that many vaxxed, and we haven't since the vaccines come out. It's never been 50-50. It's been mostly unvaxxed and a few vaccinated that have extenuating health concerns and other comorbidities that are vaxxed that end up in the hospital. So I would say that information is not correct.
I've got two really good ones.
At least where I am.
How long to wait for the booster after the monoclonal antibodies?
I think, isn't that 90 days? It's been a while since I looked at those parameters, but I think it was 90 days after. But if you got them, they should have that information at the infusion clinic.
Oh, that's good. Indy Keller. Doc friend said the vaxxed are way past their boosters. Yeah, that's true. Some of them just had not gone to get their boosters.
I have Amy, one from Niagara Falls. Hello, Lisa Marie.
And then the whole family got it. I'm so sorry. Hang on, I'm scrolling back. Currently 24 weeks pregnant. Ended up with COVID. Wish could have gotten the vaccine. I'm so sorry. That's so frustrating. Grr. 90 days, 3-seaters. Okay, good. Thanks.
Is that for the after you've had the antibodies?
For the monoclonal, the booster and the monoclonal antibodies. Do I need to wait to get a flu shot after having COVID? I'm vaxxed and boosted. What do you think?
Wait to get a flu shot.
Wait to get a flu shot after having COVID. She's already vaxxed and boosted for COVID.
I would apply the same rules as getting a COVID vaccine. I mean,
probably as soon as your
symptoms are well enough.
Yeah.
They're able to give COVID and flu vaccines at the exact same time now, which they weren't originally, but after they watched the results of doing that, they freed us up to give both at one time so that people wouldn't have to make 2 separate appointments.
One in one arm and one in the other.
Yeah. I didn't choose to go that route.
We didn't do that with the little boys either. We were a little worried.
But we were already had both of our vaccines before flu season. So I got my flu shot as soon as I could. And then when my 8 months was up, when they were recommending getting a booster, I had already had my flu shot for plenty of time. My only concern with getting both of them at the same time is if you have a reaction, what are you going to
Which one are you reacting to? Yeah, that's the only thing that I don't like. Brianna says she got hers a week apart.
Yeah.
Just now recovering from a breakthrough Jilly, I'm so sorry. It's so irritating and frustrating. And then there's
I
Jilly
have one
Bean.
here.
We're happy to see y'all
Says
too. Thank
what?
you. We were both in our feelings and trying to distract.
We're trying to feel better.
Go ahead. Sorry.
What if you get
We're trying
boosted
to
and
feel
have
better.
COVID but didn't know it? I feel like that's happening a lot
Hey,
because of my. Is that Nana Bama?
Nana. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Nana Bama. Anyway, I think that my one child that's not been sick over the last 2 weeks is that kid, that person that has been vaccinated, but probably had COVID and we didn't know it until whatever. 'Cause she's the only one that's not been sick, and I don't know why else she would have
Talking about
not been
Camden.
sick. Yeah,
Let's just got the
they
immune system of
asked,
an iron
what if
horse.
you?
Oh, we think she's probably
She
just
does.
asymptomatic. Go ahead.
Yeah, she said, "What if you get boosted and have COVID but didn't know it?" I mean, there's really not anything you can do about that if you don't know it, But just when you go out, try to wear a
Yeah, you just
mask just
don't
to keep from
know.
spreading it is the only thing you can do, really. So,
Amy, are you talking about Angie? Were you by your mom recently? I hope not. No, her mom doesn't
okay,
have
so I
COVID.
was with
Your mom
her.
doesn't have COVID, right?
No, she doesn't. I was with her Monday when she was in the hospital, and then my daughter tested positive Tuesday, so I have not been back around her, and she's home and doing much better now.
And
So
she did
we've
not
not been
have,
back
didn't they
around her
test her
since.
there? She didn't have COVID.
Yeah, they tested her for COVID and flu. She didn't have either. She just had her hematocrit was really low, and I think that was part of the issue. And then she had pneumonia on
Yeah,
top of
oh
that, so
yeah.
she just had gotten hypoxic and um
But
needed a
she's
boost.
also has some underlying, she's a COPD patient, so that's kind of, that's not
Yeah,
normal for her, but it's normal. It's more normal for her.
right. I feel like the her hematocrit was 23. I feel like that was
Oh,
one of the
goodness, that's
key
low.
factors in why she was so sick. Yeah.
Um, Jilly J, I'm
So
so
this
sorry y'all had to do all of that. Her dog, they had to put their dog down on the day they had to cancel their
oh
boosters because they had
goodness.
COVID. I'm so sorry.
Oh no.
This boy has pulled up some stats on a really big hospital that we do a lot of, we watch a lot, and that is UAB, University of Alabama at Birmingham. So he's got some stats. You want to read them real quick? Is this today? Oh, it's from
Uh,
Thursday, January 20th. Their Facebook post. You want to read it real quick?
yeah, that's the most recent one I see because they don't always update over the weekend. But they said they had 251 COVID patients at UAB, and 173 of those were not vaccinated. And of the ICU patients, they had 59 in the ICU, and 45 of those 59 were not vaccinated.
Mm.
And then the ones that were on the ventilator, they had 29 patients on the ventilator, and 22 of them were not vaccinated. So I think a lot of times we ask the wrong question, not why do people get the vaccine and test positive for COVID, but how many people get the vaccine and end up in the hospital.
And or on a ventilator.
Yeah, that that's more telling of how much help the vaccine does, rather than 100% protection from getting it.
Yeah, well, everybody's getting Omicron.
Does it prevent you from getting bad
Severe
enough
illness.
disease to take up a bed in the hospital that someone else could have used?
Yeah.
That's a more interesting question to me.
And UAB is the biggest hospital on the top half of our state. Other than, well, Huntsville's pretty big. Both of them are teaching hospitals, and I think UAB is probably like 1,000 beds. So they also do ECMO. We send any of our ECMO candidates go there. We have ECMO capability at our hospital, but we don't. We only have two of the ECMO machines, and I think one is a backup. So I think we only ever do 1 to 2 ECMO patients at a time. So we haven't done any in a while. Usually we try to refer them to UAB, I think. Oh, I've got a lot of new messages. Sorry. Thank you, my kids, my two kids' mom, 3,000.
I have one that says, so after 5 days in isolation, I can rejoin the family. So far, my husband has not gotten sick. They're saying 5 days if you've not run fever without having to take medication for 5 days. That's what the schools are saying in all their
Yeah.
Alabama Department of
Isn't that
Public
what
Health stuff.
is that what CDC is also saying? 5 days?
I think so. I'm pretty sure 5 days.
They're sending us back to work after
So
5 days. Oh, Red
I tried to
Sun,
go to
Rush,
work
you have 40
tonight.
beds.
I said I'm gonna wear my mask, and my patients already have COVID. And the boss lady was like, "Mm, your coworkers gonna get sick." I said, "I sit in one of them empty rooms by myself. I don't have to be around nobody." And she was like, "No,
I know
ma'am."
you're going to show up and take care
Yeah.
of COVID patients and have COVID. No, you
Well,
can't
I
go to
mean,
work.
I didn't really feel that bad at first, but I'm feeling pretty rough now. I feel better than I did because the husband came over and made us some soup, and I took some medicine. So
That's good.
that was nice of him. He's
Ours
really
is, oh,
nice
there's Ink
sometimes.
Darian. Hey, friend. Our hospital's like maybe what, 320 beds? It's a mid-sized
Nothing.
hospital.
UAB holds 1,207.
Oh, UAB is 1,207, so
The
it was over 1,000.
eighth largest in the nation.
Oh, eighth largest in the nation. I didn't know that. I just knew it was a teaching hospital and they do ECMO.
I love fun facts with Frank.
I have a good
I
one.
know. I know. I don't feel like 5 days is enough either. Oh, it makes me nervous.
I know. It's so different this go
How
around.
long does
Yes,
the
Angie
cough
has COVID.
last? Yes. How long does the cough
Everybody's
last after
different.
getting COVID? I don't know. A long time. It hangs on
So
forever,
when I had
probably.
COVID, when I had COVID last year, I didn't have much respiratory stuff at all. I was fatigued. I had a headache. I had some stuffiness, but I didn't really have a cough. But I've already got a cough this time, a little bit of one. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay, people down here are saying that proves the vax is not working. No, the vax just keeps you off the ventilator and out of the ICU for the most part, as long as you're. Natalie says, "I've had a cough for a year." Bless your heart.
Define working.
Define. Yeah, no, that's a good thought. Is what does not working mean?
Because there's some days I go to work and I'm working, and there's some days I'm working. You know.
Wink, wink. Putting in the bare minimum. Because it is tired, Hunty. It is tired.
You get about 4 or 5 days.
This is Tammy. Tammy Farrington said, "You guys are the best. I was raised in an anti-vax family, and COVID was my first vax ever, thanks to you two." Isn't that awesome? We're so glad
Oh,
that you
yay.
got
That makes me
vaccinated.
really
That's awesome.
happy.
Yeah.
I know, Jan, the vaccine was not developed for Omicron. It's amazing that it works. That's true. I was watching Sci Time with Tracy. I love her. She's also very kind. And she's so knowledgeable. And she said, to be honest, I'm really surprised that it provides any protection at all because Omicron is so different from the original COVID. So she was, delighted that it actually works. We're in Alabama.
I love her. Roll Tide.
Hey, War Eagle. War Eagle, roll tide.
I'm not a War Eagler, you know that.
I like the
You're gonna
colors.
lose all credibility.
I don't care about football, y'all.
Gonna,
I don't care about football.
you're gonna lose all credibility because you just said War Eagle. Y'all listen, nothing else she says.
Listen, we watched that game and watched Georgia beat the pants off Alabama, so there was that.
They did not beat the pants off.
That was the last time y'all got to come over.
I know. It's been a long time.
It was way long.
Last year when I had COVID, funny story, I had the first vaccine, and then about 8 to 10 days later, I got COVID, and then I got the second vaccine about 15 days after that. So that's
and
how that went last year.
woke you up from a sleep night shift and said, "Come on, we're going to get that shot. Come on, we're going to get that shot."
You're going to get the shot, Angie, right now.
You're going to go get the shot. And
yeah.
guess what? A week later, she got the COVID. And guess what? She didn't get too sick. I mean, you still got knocked on your backside because it was still sick.
Tail.
But it didn't have to go to the hospital because the bestie said, "Come on, go get in the car. We're going to get the shot." The first shot. She got the first one and then got COVID and then got the second shot.
I think the bestie did that because she didn't want to have to raise all these children.
I know, right? I made her put all of contacts for all of her family in my phone so I could find out about the children if she had to go to the hospital. We were like prepared, y'all. We were so worried about COVID. And now it's just, it just is what it is. We're not so worried anymore.
It is what it is. Mm-mm. I can remember being so scared in the beginning. Who was I talking to about that the other night? I think it was Dylan at work, about how when it first started, and remember we had blocked off 593 for all of our equipment, and everybody was so petrified, and they said, "Y'all gonna start taking COVID patients," and I said, "I'm quitting. I ain't coming back."
She really did. She said, "I'm quitting. I can't do this.
I was so
I've got
scared.
5 children."
And everybody was so scared, and now it's just kind of not normal, but
no, it'll never be normal. But it's a little bit
more.
Yeah, we're used to it. It's a little more manageable.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Oh, Amy, I'm so sorry. That was a really hard time. Oh, wow.
My baby's got me some Rice Krispies
with your money.
Well, they got something right at the store.
You don't know how much money we spent.
They did. I don't know what else they got, but
Amy says she lost her kid's dad in March of 2020. That is really hard. That was when we were the most terrified. We were the most terrified. Oh, hey, Scotland. We've got a viewer in Scotland. I know you're probably up late.
Wow.
Thanks for being here. Kelly recommends the antibody infusion. I don't know. I don't know about for COVID. I don't know if it's really helping for, not COVID, but Omicron. But I haven't really looked into it. It wasn't very good for Omicron, but maybe for the first COVID and for Delta. Can someone with a blood disorder get the vaccine? You should definitely talk to your doctor.
I would talk to the specialist that treats
whoever treats the blood disorder, if it's hematology or whoever, talk to them. They're going to give you the best. I can tell you that most specialists are a fan of the vaccine, but you should talk to your doctor for sure, because that can, you don't know what your complications are or what your risks are. But always remember, COVID, all the variants are a terrible risk anyway. So definitely get on that soon. Like, talk to your doctor soon about it. Make your decisions soon. Amy, thank you so much.
Yeah, I'd be afraid what all the clotting issues.
Right. If you've got a blood disorder that has, like COVID causes so much blood problems anyway. If you can get that vaccine, I would definitely recommend. One of your kids, vodka rules. One of the kids is in bed with a low fever and cough. We're waiting on results. Vaccine was in August. Well, that's good. That's
Yeah, Angie definitely says roll tide over here on this side. They're asking me Alabama or Auburn. I'm definitely a roll tide. My dad would decide.
Who, Amy, Army Girl says, who has not had COVID? It seems like everyone is getting it. I know, right? It does feel like everybody's getting it.
I thought I was going to skip this time.
Becca says, here in Seattle, you can't do much of anything without a mask and a vaccine. It is glorious. I'm jealous. I'm moving to Seattle, y'all. Y'all got a lot of rain, though, don't you?
It is very rainy there. I am making a kitty cat boggin.
Oh, another kitty cat.
I messed up one of my ears, so yeah, I'm trying to undo it so I can fix the ear because I messed up the ear. So that's what.
It's really cute on too. She gave one to my sister for Christmas. I like mine though, and my scarf is so wonderful. I get so many compliments on that scarf. And that was the one that it has not a defect but an imperfection, but it makes it special.
And I want you to know that Kiwana yelled at me about I gave you that and how I was holding out on her.
I think she was a little jealous. Yeah, she was a little jealous. She
So
saw me wearing it and said, "Where'd you
I
get
made
that?"
her a
And I
hat.
said, "Angie gave it to me for Christmas."
I made her a hat this week, but I'm not very happy with it, so I think I'm gonna do it again. But she
What did
likes
you?
gold,
Oh, she wanted
goldish.
yellow. Oh my gosh, Angie, that looks so cute. I
You like
really like
it?
that. Why do you not
It's
like
a
it?
little too flimsy. I don't like this
Oh,
yarn.
it's such a
War
pretty
Eagle.
color, though. I really like that.
Like
Yeah, I
UAB.
like it a lot. So I'm not
Kind
gonna
of.
give it to her now though, because I can't go to work.
Usually, UAB colors are
So
opposite, more green than gold.
She don't want your COVID cap.
yeah,
She don't want your COVID germs. We're gonna have to wait.
I'm giving them to her. I'm gonna cough on it and hand it to her since she wouldn't let me work.
She don't run through the wash.
I got one over here that says she wished Florida required masks. Most don't even wear a mask. 20% kids and 50% teachers out right now. So,
Have
and
you seen
then I'm fully
like these?
vaccinated. I haven't had the booster. Huh?
Have you seen like these memes and things where people say the cloth masks don't work? So like their point be, I think that their point is that we shouldn't bother to wear masks because the cloth ones don't work. But it actually sounds like it means that you need to wear better masks
So it
because the
goes.
cloth one doesn't work.
So it has the opposite intention.
So yeah, I pick the vibe that I get is that because the cloth ones don't work, then we shouldn't wear any at all. But it seems like the evidence actually says we should wear an actual mask made for filtering germs rather than something your TikTok friend made at home during a live.
You're so ridiculous.
I really wish that everybody appreciated science and studies as much as I do. That's a problem.
I would settle for a little simple logic.
I think you're asking for too much, honestly. I think you're asking for too much. Oh, I had some good ones. Inked RN. You haven't had it either. I haven't had it that I know of. What part of do you do the floor, step down, ICU? What's your Inked RN 88? What's your words, Amber? Your floor. Where do you work? I don't think I've had it either, strangely enough, but I'm real careful and I wear my N95 the whole time I'm at work. So I'm a little bit paranoid. Maybe a little,
She's way
just
more
a
careful
little,
than I am.
little stitious. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little stitious. Ooh, EAMC had 200 out last week. Good Lord. That's terrible. I know Mem H0708 can't afford to be sick at home. I know there's too many people depending on us.
You ain't kidding.
Okay, Kayla says she was talking to a nurse anesthetist friend who said the infusions are not working for Omicron. Sadly, grr.
Well, from I think where was it at Little Rock? They've been out of the antibody infusions for a while. She said
Huh.
they haven't even had them there.
What kind of health professional is your husband? He's a
Wear a
nurse
mask.
too. He also works ICU. He was a house supervisor for a year and then he worked employee health for a year and then the travel money is really good. So he's actually working for our organization making contract pay. So now he's back on the floor. So he does a different ICU, but y'all are overflow COVID too, right? Did you have COVID patients today?
I personally did not, but
They're on the floor.
There were plenty of them.
Yeah, there were plenty.
How many do y'all have up there?
Yeah, how many do y'all have? Ours are 12-bed ICUs for the most part.
I think
Maybe half?
Yeah, it's about half.
I know ours is completely COVID, not the COVID ICU. The COVID ICU is an 8-bed unit that was converted at the very beginning of COVID. It was a different unit and they just made it an ICU and it's been that ever since. But my overflow ICU is all COVID. We were the first overflow and then they're the second overflow. So, ARDS Survivor 2018. Your mom has never had COVID and you've never had COVID. Wow. And you survived ARDS. That's crazy.
That is something in and of itself.
Oh, I see. Ink Duran, sick for a couple months, lasted 3 days, didn't get tested. Who knows? I'm kind of behind, y'all. Fluttershy, you can't sleep. Okay. Come on, girl. Fully vaccinated, still taking
Me
precautions. Yeah,
either.
that was the one I saw. Well, it's
I
only
have
9
over
o'clock here.
here
We're in Central. You have
in
what?
their health system, in their healthcare system, they had 1,000 out, hospital and clinics. That's a lot to have out.
How many do they have total? Goodness, that's a lot. That's a lot, period. Army girl, I don't think blood type has anything to do with it.
I did
Hey,
I did
Oklahoma.
in the beginning.
Yeah, med surge, but it's step down. I know. I was watching Sunny and she's doing the same thing because y'all are taking BiPAPs. Crazy. And then you have nowhere to go. Sorry, that's my beef
That's my
is it's hard.
that's my whole life.
I know
What you
BiPAPs
talking
are
about?
all covering the step down and you're like, it needs to be on the unit and there is no unit bed.
I've got one that says, if I tested positive for antibodies, do I need the booster? I mean, for me personally, I want to do all the protection I can. I would get it.
Right. I think so too.
Um,
I'm a fan.
it can't hurt if you've already had the other 2 vaccines. I don't think it would hurt.
Yeah.
So
Wag the dog
to
says,
do
Angie,
it.
how's your daughter? Talk about your cheer-ins. How are your cheer-ins?
Oh, let's see. I have one daughter that is off quarantine today, and then I have 2 kids that tested positive yesterday, and then I'm sick today, and my other child is also sick. That's sitting in here with me, listening to me be live. But that's
Who,
where we are.
Ella? Is it Ella?
No, Josie. Josie's sick
Josie.
again.
Oh yeah, Josie's sick again. I'm so sorry. So why we hadn't
She
seen
couldn't
y'all in
hear you. I
2
have my
weeks.
earbuds in. I know. I don't know that we're ever going to get to see each other again. UAMS is like UAB, only bigger. That's the lady that was saying that they had 1,000 out in their clinics and hospital.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
how much more do travel nurses make? You don't need to tell me money, but percent. Is it double, triple, or what? It depends on where you get your contract at and how far you're willing to go. But I know a lot of the travelers that we have come in where we are making $80+ an hour on in their contracts. Right? Am I right on that?
So
Just about.
yeah,
Yeah.
what our
But
hospital
there's
is
some
doing
companies that
is
are all.
go ahead. Some
I
companies
was
that
just
are
gonna
what?
say there are some that are offering, $90 an hour, $125 an hour. It just depends on where the need is and where you're willing to go.
Yeah. So our hospital, our organization, it's covering like several hospitals. They are trying really hard to make it where staff nurses will stay. So they're kind of like offering this position where you agree to be a float person, but you agree to go to 4 or 5 locations and you're just assigned to a location. Probably like what 100 miles. Is it like 100-mile, not radius, but what's the thing that goes across the circle? Diameter, like 100-mile range. And every 6 weeks it
This is
changes. They'll place you at one of the hospitals in our organization, but they're basically paying them double. So it's kind of like a contract. So he took that spot, but was able to stay at our hospital because we're really hurting for the help.
I have a really good question. Is there resentment towards the travel nurses from the regular nurses? And I'm gonna say, some yes. I think some are very resentful, but I'm not because I would rather have the help temporarily because we were drowning so badly. And I could take a
Mm-hmm.
travel contract to make that money myself. I just like where I'm at. I like the company I work for, and I like my people, and I have 900 children, so it's really not very feasible that
50,
I'm going to be
11
able to take
children.
off and yeah, and do a really long contract and make money. So, but if I feel like there would be a lot more resentment if we keep them, you know, long term, like
Mm-hmm.
over a year or more, and they're still making that kind of money. But I
Every
know some
floor that
people are
I've picked
resentful,
up
but
on is very, we like all the travelers. All the travelers,
yeah,
I've only had one bad experience with a traveler, but it was a particular personality. We could just kind of tell that one traveler was not a good traveler. That person was not
yeah.
experienced, and they probably lied on the application. They didn't last long. But everybody else that I've worked with on the floors that I float to, we like all our travelers, and they all fit in well. We got pretty good ones, so we're thankful to have the help.
Here's
Yeah,
an
I'm very
article.
appreciative.
An article from yesterday said Minnesota is paying an agency $275 per hour to get nurses to come up there. So of course they're going to take their cut, but the
Yeah.
hospital is paying the agency $275 an hour to get travel nurses up there to them.
So I made a video a couple of days ago. Y'all might have seen it where Jack was saying you and Angie need to travel. So one of the friends posted that there was that was 275 an hour. And she said it's cold, but you and Angie can come up to Minnesota. I'm like, that's a lot
So
of
we're looking into
money.
flights. We're looking
We're
into
looking at
it because
flights.
I only
I
work
got to figure out which
weekends,
agency
so
it is, and if it's a
we could do
compact
it. We
state.
could do a small contract. Yeah.
Yeah, a short
I
contract.
have a question. I have a question over here that says, is it true that they are allowing doctors and nurses to work if they have COVID, or is that just media gossip? At our hospital, we're still furloughing and staying out until either we don't have symptoms or for the 5 days that the CDC
Yeah,
has
yeah.
recommended. So,
I feel like our hospital is
oh
pretty
goodness.
reasonable. What?
No, my husband's home. They asked if my husband's still in Mexico. He was gone for about 6 weeks, but he's home now.
He was gone a long time.
Yeah, it was 6 weeks. So,
10
anyway, and
hour
that's very,
wait. Good Lord.
very nice to meet you, Kathy.
Um,
Um,
OG Kim Possible, I don't know if she's on here right now, but she's friends. And she was in the ER. She's a nurse that has some other health issues, but she was in the ER for 27 and a half hours. Did you see that, Angie? I saw her video right before I got
stop it.
on.
No.
27 and a half hours in the ED. Not for COVID. She just had some other issues and then had to just be there because it was so bad with COVID.
Listen to this.
What?
Wisconsin judge just passed a law preventing healthcare workers from quitting to take travel jobs. Can they do that?
Can they do that?
From quitting?
Stop you from quitting? That's worse than what Texas was doing.
To take a travel position. I don't think
Can
they
they
can
do that? Listen,
I
but
guess she said they just passed it in Wisconsin.
Apparently,
that's crazy.
If states can pass a law saying that you can't have a mask mandate, I guess they can. They can do. I mean, there's to do some crazy stuff. That's crazy.
I wonder if that'll get overturned. Yeah.
I wonder.
She said they did it. She said they did it.
I wonder. That's so crazy.
I can see their population decreasing rapidly.
I'm just saying. Auntie Patricia, where are you? She said the hospital I work at, any RN coming on as a new hire is given an 18,000 sign-on bonus. Where are you? Tell me where you are.
Where are we at?
18,000? I mean, is that up front or is that like half and then you have to do 2 years and you get the other half? Sometimes they'll do bonuses like that where you sign on, you get half up front and then you have to fulfill the 2 years. Oh, school nurse in Indiana, no masks. It's horrendous. This is Swy Girl. I know. This is the way it is here. And
I sub at the schools. I haven't much this year. kind of fallen away from it. But my girls, so they mask mandated because they had to shut the schools down for a week. And so they said everybody had to come back with a mask. And girls, is everybody wearing their masks at school? No.
They're not compliant.
My girls wear theirs, but they said everybody does not wear their masks. So.
They have them down all the time.
They have them down under their chins all the time.
Angie, she said
They
she's
come
in
home and
Kirkland,
tattle
Washington.
every day.
I know, but at least if they're
Okay.
compliant.
I hand sanitizer to wash my hands and wear my mask.
My kids
I'm
ain't
so
playing
proud
around
of you.
with this.
I'm not getting
Tell her I'm
COVID.
proud
I'm
of
not
her.
letting y'all get COVID and then go in the hospital.
She said she is so proud of you.
Who, Amber?
Amber said that.
Thank you.
Sweet, responsible children. She's in Washington, Angie. Kirkland, Washington. Not sure how it's paid out. Washington's pretty.
Excuse me.
It's literally almost,
Excuse me,
bless
y'all.
you, the opposite of where we are in
Thank
Alabama, but
Washington State.
I'm assuming Washington State. This is Auntie Patricia, 328.
Kathy has come back and said, Governor Greenie won't make y'all wear masks.
Hunty,
No.
she is so.
You know we in the red state.
Aunt with her.
It ain't gonna happen.
I don't know if
happen.
it's got the dementia or what, but it is. Oof, it's bad.
You know how they keep saying that Biden's got dementia and somebody's controlling him. I feel like that might be what's actually going on there sometimes.
That's how our governor is, y'all. It's kindly a joke.
Anyway.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, too
I don't know how
many,
you say
too
your
many.
name. Too many. This is Bamie Gui 22. I'm so sorry. I'm probably butchering that. My family in Utah says the school employees are not even allowed to talk about masks. What the heck? You can't even talk about it.
That's insanity.
I can't even.
That's insanity.
This is.
Ella, stop.
I mean, not being in a pandemic, acting like we're completely ignorant.
Don't talk about the masks.
Ugh.
Don't talk about the masks.
I can't. Mississippi governor is the same way, they're saying. Governor Reeves in Mississippi. I just wonder. I mean, I don't want to talk bad about nobody, but I have concerns. I do. So,
She has concerns, y'all. As do the
there
rest
are
of us.
concerns here.
Okay, Book Girl Lash says, oh, I just lost it. Saw a coworker teaching a class with her mask on her chin and called them a chin instructor. That sounds like something you would say. That was a good one.
A what?
A chin instructor.
Say it
She's wearing her
again.
mask on her chin.
Oh,
Angie,
Okay.
Fort Wayne, Indiana's given a 40,000 sign-on bonus.
well, that's not that far. My daddy used to drive there to work.
That's driving distance, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a long drive, but we could do it.
Judy, that's kind of the way our schools are. It's optimal. You can wear a mask if you want to. Optional. You can if you want to.
Well, ours was that
Callie.
way until they
Okay,
shut
good.
us. Until they shut us down, and then they said everybody has to come back wearing a mask. So, good on them. I don't know.
I'm not mad
Rebecca of
about
Sunnybrook Farm, you cracking me up. I can't do it. She likes the way we talk.
Somebody said, "Are y'all leaving us and going traveling?" I mean, it's not impossible.
We got to put money back for these cheer runs. We got a trust fund to build for the twins. Oh, North Alabama, DB Mama says our school has been mask mandatory the whole pandemic. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. I can't believe that in North Alabama. Yay. Somebody's doing something right.
So is ours, but we don't.
Doing what? Say that again.
We don't homeschool we did homeschool the little boys. Homeschool. Kind of, sort of. Y'all know they're nonverbal, autistic. Jan fired the doctor for wearing a mask on his chin. He coughed and sneezed. What the heck? I would have fired him too. Meanwhile, our doctors are
Bye.
walking around with their N95 and their mask, and then they put the face shield
And their
on.
face shields on. They scared.
Everything. They're not. Our doctors are not joking. Who all is from Washington? We have been mandated the whole pandemic. I'm gonna move to Washington.
She has family that thinks she's going to die because she took the vaccine. No.
Oh no.
That's so frustrating. I'm sorry.
Jan said she
Luckily,
walked out.
none of my family's been that way.
My dad was kind of a little bit. I don't think. I tried to get him to go to the study with me, but he died before the vaccines were available. But my sister and I had said we would have put him in the car and driven him. He was kind of chill. I mean, like he was like a chill personality, so he would have been like, okay, sure, and he would have done it. But Callie, I know, right? I should have said in the video, the church is actually really small, so I'm pretty sure it was intentional, but it's fine. It hit a nerve with me today, so I kind of sat around and cried for a while, and then I called Angie and said, I miss y'all. I haven't seen y'all in 2 weeks, and I'm sitting here crying. And she said, you want to go live later? And I was like,
people love us here, most of us. Hey, I lost what I was going to say. Hold on. Ravana, are you at my hospital? Or are you just working in a hospital? Ravana? Is that how I'm saying it right?
Ravana's in our hospital. Yeah, we have Ravana at our hospital. Hey, Ravana.
Oh, okay. She's on here.
Ravana is
talking about how they were
best friends with Dana. You know, we know everybody.
Had to take my college kid to the ER for the flu and dehydration. The doctors barely poke their heads in the room. Don't even check ears, nose, throat. Literally stand at the door.
Our ER? Well, listen.
No, that was just that was a different ER. She said, yes, ma'am, that's me. Yeah, you know her.
We love Dana.
She said, love me some Dana. And back up here about the family that won't take the vaccine, or they think she's going to die because of it. They think it's population control. I wish they had the same sentiment about the COVID, because then they'd get the vaccine. Why is the COVID not the population control? Because that's what the people are actually dying from. Let's switch that a little bit. Good grief.
Judy says her granddaughter needed stitches at the ER and he did not wear a mask either. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's freezing. Is mine freezing? I can't tell. It looks like I've got signal, but I was trying to send messages before, and I think TikTok was just overwhelmed because I couldn't get the messages to go through. Oh, mine is freezing. I'm sorry. Good now? It's probably just going back and forth.
Yours you didn't freeze on me, though. You look good to me.
It does? Okay.
So.
She looks good to me.
Thanks,
right, Kathy? That's what I would do.
What? You would do what?
Kathy, she said that her son has a nut allergy and ate something with almond flour in it. She said she shoved Benadryl down his throat because they was not going to the ER. I was like, yeah, I get it.
Haven't you also done that a long time ago? Like when Abby had her reaction.
Yeah, but I had to take her because.
Well, this is way before
COVID.
Did you make her drink Benadryl real quick?
I did. She walked in. I was like, "Mommy, my tongue is burning. My tongue is burning. Oh, it's so hot." And as I'm looking at her, her lips start swelling and her face is getting welled up. And so she was 3 or 4. So I ran into the kitchen and grabbed the Benadryl and shoved some down her throat and told my mom that I was going to the fire department because where I live, people can't find us. So it would be quicker for me to go there. But anyway, yep. So we carry an EpiPen now.
But y'all didn't have an EpiPen yet, right? This was when you first found out she had an allergy. You didn't have an EpiPen
we didn't know.
Time, right? You just had a Benadryl.
Kathy said, your mom's a nurse when.
Tell me you're a nurse without telling me you're a nurse.
Right. And then Ravana said that she
can make a short TikTok. What?
About that? I will. Ravana
like, do
said
one where you
she
can
overheard.
Stitch it. You say, go ahead.
I got you.
Keep going.
I got you.
You know what I'm talking about. Okay, what did Ravana say?
She overheard someone saying they're putting diseases in the vaccine and chips to track us. But good grief, get a grip. They can track you on your phone. If they are tracking me, they're bored.
You know that guy Tips from the ER? He made one that was the gist of his thing, and he is so dry and funny. It was like, they're tracking you on your phone.
I would tell people that I knew that they were because my battery in my phone seemed to last longer after I got it, and they weren't using up my battery on my phone to track me anymore.
I think people actually believed him. You know, he's so straight.
Oh, gosh.
When
It's
I
crazy.
was doing the vaccine clinics, I tried to take snacks, and they would not let me because I couldn't advertise free chips with vaccines. So,
Yeah, it's so pitiful.
That's
Oh my
so
goodness!
funny.
Y'all think he needs to start his own
That's so
TikTok?
bad.
Hospital jokes.
Ravana says,
Listen,
Frank, you're hilarious.
Oh my goodness. Indiana is crazy. They're rabid that COVID is over and doesn't need masks. I feel like, I don't know if Alabama ever took it seriously. I don't know if they did.
What the Rona?
Yeah, like I think, did we lock down at one point?
We did at the beginning. Remember,
Right,
because it was March 13th, and Carlin's prom was that weekend.
Oh,
and they went ahead and let them have prom, and then they shut everything down after that. So, he's got straight face jokes, is what they're saying. How does he wear an N95 with a beard? Right?
That's funny.
It's a great question. Take it away.
I had to fit test people for these things, so I shaved where I can pack it all into an N95, and it touches skin completely around, which is what you need to properly fit test for an N95.
Got a good seal. Can't taste that saccharin. Spider-Man came into my clinic recently. He's against it, and he's Peter Parker now.
Weird or not.
And you're still the same amount of man. Braid it. Jan says braid it.
Braid it up.
DB Mama says, yes, it was March 13th. We'll never forget that day. Because we had to lock down, or did something happen to y'all? She may have a memory of that day that sticks out to her.
Anyway, here's
Izzy
my
and
finished
Higgins.
kitty cat hat. Can y'all see it?
Cute.
You can't see the ears, can you?
Put it on so they can tell what the ears look like.
I'm not putting it on. Here, put that on and show my friends on TikTok. It's okay. You can pick them up. Anyway. Well, you ain't got it on there fixed right.
Oh, well,
okay.
Izzy says, Dr. Harris described the best good, but hard when somebody makes it people make it political. Is it so? Izzy, are you talking about somebody in Alabama? I don't know who Dr. Harris is. Oh, there's Shelly. Hey, Shelly.
Smush my face.
Jilly says, is it easy to properly fit an N95? Does it have to be tight, or is there a secret? You were talking about that? It just has to seal.
Yeah, it's got to seal
just
all the way
you
around.
Don't taste it.
You can cheat, like
they might not know what we're talking about with fitting N95.
Like you're currently at the house.
Okay, that's it.
That is so cute.
It's got to seal on your skin all the way around, and we put a big hood over you and spray a flavored mist in. And if you can't taste that mist, then you know that you're not getting anything around the mask.
I don't trust you.
All of it out.
So when they put that hood on your head, it's so claustrophobic. Because y'all, if you've ever worn an N95, they're not great, easy to breathe in masks. They're very annoying and they're very thick. But there's a reason why they're so thick, because they don't let airborne particles through. But you have to get it completely sealed, and then they put that hood over your head, and then it's like, I mean, you have to leave it for a few seconds. It feels like eternity. And you just feel like you're so, you can't get a deep breath. I hate the fit test.
Count for 15 or so seconds and move your head around to make sure it doesn't leak. Break your seal while you're moving around too.
And sometimes when you already have an M100 mask, you just be like, no, I don't taste anything. It fits.
When you've got an N100, you can't taste anything. That thing's so.
Ravana, I remember that
like
now. I do.
N100. It's like rubber. It's like a rubber seal. I hate them. I don't like to wear them because I sweat so bad. Oh, Dr. Harris is our Izzy. Thank you. I'm totally drawn away. Hang on, let me see if I can go back to it. She was clarifying it for me. Yes, he's our state health officer. I probably knew that at some point. Yes, the only mask that works puts a big indentation on your face. Go ahead. What'd you say to Angie?
Yes. I have Scarlet Doodle over here that says she's so sorry because she's going through some of the same stuff as you are in the community.
Oh, yeah, I see it. I see it. I think a lot of us are going through it. It's so complicated. I can't really give a lot of detail because it's just too much for a live, and I don't know if I could ever make a video about all the things or the way our life is so complicated. But anyway, yeah, it's hard. Thank y'all for understanding.
What? Complicated? Isn't that how our friendship was born, through the complications?
It was.
Do y'all think we'll ever get back
First time
to
I met
normal?
her, I was working a little 8-hour shift. I wasn't even working a whole shift. And she sat down, and I think she slammed her phone down on the desk or something and said, the children are home alone. And it was, I was just like, how many children do you have? And then she had 5 children. I'm like, oh, I have a lot of children too. Is somebody with the children? And there was, some of her kids are teenagers, so it was okay, kind of, sort of. But in all of that, the friendship was born.
So there you go.
That was just the beginning.
The hat. They like the
was-
hat. There's
it
a
was
lot of people saying
definitely
the hat is so cute.
Those clothes are nasty.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it was definitely a rough patch. Hey, maybe I could sell some to make up for me not working this weekend. Lord.
I know. We need to make a TikTok doing an advertisement. Every time if I'm doing my shift debrief and it's cold and I'm wearing my stuff, everybody likes it.
Well, what if I got like 4,000 orders? I'd never be able to do that. What is Angel's Call Center? Kathy? I'm not sure what that is.
Tammy says, hey, wave.
Oh. Hey, Nana Bama. She's on my side now. Ravana.
She left me and went to you.
Do I get 500 calls a shift from my kids? Yes.
No.
I used to.
Who guessed
and
that?
Then Ravana did. And so one morning I got like 8 calls while I was trying to get report. Yeah, do report. And I was like, look.
She does, y'all. Karen's call all the time.
We had a whole family meeting. I put a grandma. My mama used to do this to us. We had a whole family meeting, and I said I have to work at work. I'm sorry, I don't know what y'all think I'm doing, but I do have to work. So you can call me one time after 8 o'clock to tell me good night, and then you can call. You cannot call me in the morning times anymore, because my sister stays here. She's a whole adult. And they're calling me like, I can't find my shoes.
One
and I'm
whole
like,
adult.
Oh.
We don't call,
okay.
We don't call about our shoes, excuse me.
And
we only call her one time? No, we call her more.
Yeah, so I made the rule that they're only allowed to call me
8 or before, and only one time in the morning.
One time in the morning before they leave for school. And if they have any problems, they are to discuss that with the adult in the house, and the adult can call me if need be.
Before they call.
Times, though.
Yeah, before they call.
Are you giving away the cat hats, or is there a
doesn't
feline?
know how much we love her.
Did you hear that, Angie?
A feline? Yes, I did. I love him.
Bumby Girl says, I would buy a cat hat or even a dog one. Will you make a dog one?
Rock and roll.
Ooh, I thought about doing a dog one and making little floppy ears on it.
Okay, well, I do, so.
I'll try that, and I'll post a video about it. I'll have all weekend because I can't go to work, so I'll work on it.
Listen, Angie, we seriously need to make a TikTok about your stuff. Yes, Jan, it is the white scarf, that very soft, beautiful white scarf, and the hat, the navy blue hat with the. Fumby Girl wants a floppy-eared dog. Angie,
Okay, I'm gonna work really
do it.
hard.
Own
I'm
it.
gonna try and make
Own
one.
it. And Inked RN says she
I bet I
gets
can
so
do
many
it.
calls during report too. She has 4. I knew we should be friends,
I'm
girl.
telling you. On a Monday morning, that's the worst time too, because I work weekends, and it's like I'm trying to give a report, and these people haven't been there all weekend, so I'm having to start all over, and then my phone's ringing every 5 seconds. And so I put a stop to it though. So far they've minded. They've been minding just a little bit, so we'll see. Y'all.
This is my husband, Frank. He is a nurse as well and also works on ICU. And they're the next overflow COVID ICU, but he did not have COVID patients today. He always wears a white lab coat because it won't carry a purse. So it has 11,000 pockets. But he got the beard, the white coat. So what do you think they take him for? Jan says evil laughter in the background. So whenever they have patients that maybe are a little bit demented and they say, Frank, walk in there and act like the doctor. And he can usually talk patients down out of the tree so well, especially the little confused dementia patients, and say, listen, now your doctor says you need to do whatever the doctor wants them to do, and they'll usually do it. They'll do it for him.
Yes, Ravana, me and all my girls except one have COVID. But I don't really feel that bad right now. I felt terrible earlier today.
It's because you got your Celsius?
No, I took some ibuprofen and a bubble bath, an Epsom salt bath, another thing for my grandmother that makes everybody feel better. So that's what I did.
Memo,
yeah.
why do you always bring up Memo?
Because Memo was a big part of my life, and I always have to say things that she taught me.
But you remember?
They think I'm going to cry every time I talk about her.
No, because every time you're on the phone, like, Memo would say this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no, Mommy, when I get scared before nights,
she was asking
stop
if
right
you're
there at the living room, and I
hey,
look
Ella.
at her.
She can't hear. Tell her I said hey. I miss you.
Yeah, that's what they're asking.
She says hey to you, and that she misses you.
And I miss her.
Hey, everybody.
I miss you so much, Amber.
I know.
I have a question. Where did we go to nursing school? I went to Jeff State.
Okay, ready, Ella?
I went to Wallace. We went to Wallace.
You went to Harvard. Ready, Ella?
They went to Wallace. I have another one that says
that, girl.
What?
Harvard.
You said you went to Harvard.
That Sudafed helped her. Well, I have a history of VTAC, so I can't take Sudafed. I had VTAC when I was pregnant with.
Went into VTAC when
Abby
she was pregnant.
A troublemaker, wasn't she?
She was such a troublemaker.
I'm gonna have to find my EKG. I'll do a TikTok about it.
It was me that made
Oh my
her
gosh, you still have the EKG?
Reaction.
You definitely need to make a TikTok.
Yeah, I kept it. I put it in her baby book. It's in her baby book. Because
I totally
she tried
need
to make
to
me
see
die.
that.
Ella would be.
So, yeah, I'll have to show it to you. I'll have to find it. Okay, I'll kick y'all out.
Like every time
me?
she asks for,
Mommy.
yeah, like every time she asks for money, do you pull it out by mistake instead of a $10 bill? Oh, my bad. What is that?
Be like, oh, no, you tried to kill me. No money today.
No,
I'm gonna make you wait. Hush. So, anyway.
Scarlet Doodle wants to know how long have we worked together? January of 2020, right? Was it January or February?
Yep.
January.
That shift was in January because the messages that we exchanged that next week were in January. I still have them.
Yeah.
In my
I could probably
messenger.
scroll back and save them.
I've been working on trying to take over the world since 1987 or so.
Stop it.
What are you talking about?
1987.
Just in time for COVID. Yep, it was 2 months before COVID. The middle school canceled a New York trip And we were like, it was right at the beginning of
so
March that we were kind of going back and forth, and the school was on the fence because COVID wasn't bad yet. And it was right before COVID shut New York down. And I remember us just having these hours long conversations about, okay, now how would we make it work if they decide to do it? And are they going to refund the money and all the things? And then like they decided at the last minute to cancel the trip, but we were so disappointed because we didn't realize how bad it was going to be. And then like literally the next week, New York was exploded.
Train wreck.
It was just a train wreck. And we just kept saying,
everything.
Oh, we're so glad. We're so glad. We're so glad, because we were kind of on the fence, and you probably would have gone if they had let you, because we just didn't know it wasn't bad yet. But then it exploded, and we just kept, we were so thankful.
My pediatrician that I absolutely adore,
who we also
I trust her very much.
Yeah.
We had gone to see her right when it was all kind of coming out in the news and everything. And so I said, what do you think about this COVID? What do you think this is going to do, this coronavirus? And she goes, we're not even going to be talking about this in 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, okay.
She ate her words
and
so
here
bad.
We are.
She ate
2
her
years
words.
later.
Now listen, she doesn't feel that way now. But right at the very beginning, just didn't understand how bad it was. And it didn't take long for us to get it. I mean, to understand it.
And it was there. Yeah, here we are. So.
Oh, Funby Girl was supposed to go to Baltimore. Dang it. She got canceled. Her trip got canceled at the same time.
You know the day in L&D is going to be bad when your patient goes into VTAC.
I know, right?
Yes. That was me. Twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Amy Bell says that we seem like forever friends. She would have guessed at least a decade that we'd been friends for at least a decade. I feel like it. I feel like we've been friends forever. We were destined to be friends.
Me too.
It was instantaneous.
Me too.
It lined up exactly the way it was supposed to. Sometimes it just happens that way. And I remember I didn't really want to tell her about the twins. I didn't talk about the twins very much because it's complicated, and I generally have to expend emotional energy to talk about the twins. And I think at some point I finally told her how complicated our life was, and she said, I need to bring my children over. I think my children would love them. And that was perfect too. And now if I tell the boys, they're nonverbal autistic, so they're 7, but they function on about a 2 or 3 year old level. If I say girls are coming today, Alex just gets that little smile. He doesn't make eye contact, but he just looks off to the side and starts smiling. So they know, they understand. We can tell they understand a lot more. And we do get some head nods and some head shakes, but for the most part, they just make.
Well, and Will's been doing more all the time.
Yeah, he's been doing more, and he'll go.
Yeah.
He's very emphatic, and that means more. Yes. Or no, well, this means yes. Like I'll say, do you want some tortilla chips? There's very few things they'll eat, and he'll just look at me like, Mom, yes. And he'll do the yes, which is, sign for yes. Right. But it's almost like, why are you even asking me? Yes, I do. And he's very he scoffs at me. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah, he's getting tired. We got to go, y'all. This was really good. Good for us. How long have we been going? An hour?
A long time.
A long time. Thank y'all for being here.
Yep.
It was,
thank you.
It was good for us to get on here and talk to some friends. I always say we're going to do it again soon, and then we just get busy and don't. So it takes us we only do this about once a month, but life is just complicated. But we're always glad to see y'all.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for all the good, kind comments on all my videos. I've been feeling talking again.
I got one over here that's getting to go see Elton John next weekend. I'm very jealous.
Yay! Oh, did y'all see Adele crying on her little post on Instagram? I forget how extreme her accent is. Oh my goodness. She sounds so different singing than she does talking. And she was crying because she was starting her Vegas residency and had to cancel the show, and people have already been flying in. And so she got on Instagram and just cried and apologized and said, I'm so sorry. I don't know how to make this work. We've been up for 30 hours trying to make this work. And I know y'all are depending on us. She was very emotional. Go back and watch it. It was very sweet. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of like, go easy, honey. Go easy. It's okay. It is okay. Anyway, it was very sweet. You should go watch it.
I have a mandate over here that says that we cannot vanish again for a month at the same time.
I know. We both kind of fell off. It was the anniversary of my dad's death, and it was really, I was not feeling it. Plus, my brother was coming from out of country, and I wanted to get the house ready, and I really did. I didn't talk to Angie very much. I got into my ADHD head and disappeared for a little while, so I'll try not to do that again. So
anyway, but it was so good to talk to everybody. Stay safe.
We'll see y'all soon. I'll post a song tomorrow. Thank y'all. Y'all
all right, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.